Ray Kroc's story proves that it's never too late to start chasing your entrepreneurial dreams. At 52 years old, Ray Kroc was a struggling salesman, peddling milkshake mixers door to door. Most people at his age, especially being broke and facing constant rejection, would have given up on a grand ambition. But not Ray. He refused to believe that his time had passed or that success had a deadline. His belief in action at an age many considered too late led to the creation of one of the world's largest business empires. So you think you've missed your window to succeed? Think again. Ray's journey might change your mind. If you've been here before, drop a #believe in the comments below so I can feature you here in a future video. And if you're new, welcome to Believe Nation, the only channel that helps you believe in yourself daily, one video at a time. It's never too late to start. You might feel the age is holding you back, but Ray Kroc is living in now. Legendary proof that entrepreneurship has no age limit. He found his life-defining opportunity at a time when most people start planning for retirement. In 1954, at an age when his peers were slowing down, Ray stumbled upon a small hamburger stand in San Bernardino, California, run by the McDonald brothers. He was 52 years old, broke, and already had worked a bunch of odd jobs from paper cup salesman to piano player without major success. Yet, instead of seeing himself as too old, Ray saw this as the beginning of something new. In fact, research backs up the idea that success isn't just a young person's game. Harvard Business Review found that the average age of a successful startup founder is actually 45, not 25. And for the fastest growing new ventures, the founder's average age was 45 as well. You are never too old to start your dream. Ray Kroc started at 52 and changed the world. So what's stopping you from starting now? The science of older entrepreneurs. Those extra years of experience can be a huge asset. A study showed founders with at least 3 years of work experience before starting a company were 85% more likely to succeed. By age 52, Ray had seen it all. Economic ups and downs, countless kitchens and businesses, and he used that knowledge to his advantage. So don't let anyone tell you your age is a weakness. If anything, it gave Ray a competitive edge in wisdom and resilience. Maybe your life experience is exactly what your venture needs to thrive. Ray Kroc isn't alone. Quick side note, Colonel Sanders franchised KFC in his 60s, and an HBR study found peak entrepreneurial success often happens for founders in their 40s and 50s. The entrepreneurial landscape is full of late bloomers. So if you've been telling yourself it's too late to start, consider this a friendly challenge. Your timeline is just getting started. Ray Kroc's massive success after 50 can be the rule, not the exception. When you bring experience, passion, and perseverance into your venture, spot opportunities where others see none. When Ray Kroc's greatest strengths was vision and the ability to see game-changing opportunity where everyone else just saw a tiny burger stand. So, picture this. It's 1954 and you walk into a small speedy service hamburger joint in California. Most people would think nice place for a quick bite. But Ray, he thought this could be huge. The McDonald's brothers had perfected a system to deliver burgers in 30 seconds. And Ray immediately recognized the power of this efficiency. Where others saw a mom-and-pop restaurant, he saw the blueprint for a global franchise. Having vision means spotting value that's hidden in plain sight. As an entrepreneur, you need to train yourself to see what others overlook. Ray had been in over 1,000 restaurant kitchens as a mixer salesman. So when he saw the McDonald's operation, the cleanliness, the speed, the simplicity, he knew it was something special. In his own words, traditional hamburger joints were often dirty and rowdy. In my experience, hamburger joints are nothing but jukeboxes, peonases, smoking rooms, and guys in leather jackets. I wouldn't take my wife to such a place. Ray said. McDonald's was different, and he caught that difference immediately. The lesson is train your entrepreneurial eye. Just as Ray noticed the efficient, speedy service system on that tennis court blueprint the brother showed him, You should look for innovations or unmet needs in your industry. Is there something working in a small corner that could scale up big? Is there a customer pain point no one has solved? Opportunities often come dressed in overalls and look like work or like a small and proven venture. Ray's breakthrough came from noticing a better system for fast food service. What tiny gold mine might be hiding in your day-to-day observations right now? Be open-minded. Ray's story also teaches the value of open-mindedness. He was selling mixers, not looking to buy a restaurant. He could have taken the McDonald brothers' order for 8 multi-mixers and moved on. But instead he stayed curious and asked questions about why they needed so many milkshake machines. That curiosity led him to the opportunity of a lifetime. You never know where your big break will come from. Keep your mind open and ask questions. Opportunities often knock softly. Bet on yourself and take the risk. Opportunities mean nothing if you're not willing to bet on yourself. Ray Kroc did exactly that. He went all in on his vision when he decided to franchise McDonald's nationally. Hardly anyone believed in the idea as passionately as he did. Banks were skeptical. Potential investors were lukewarm at best. And even the McDonald's brothers themselves were content with their small operation. But Ray had unwavering conviction. He put his own skin in the game, literally his own house on the line. In the early days, Ray was so determined to expand that he took out second mortgages on his home to raise capital. So think about that. He was willing to risk his home and personal finances because he believed McDonald's could be something far greater. That kind of bold risk-taking, it's scary but also sends a powerful message to others and to yourself that you truly believe in your mission. Big risks can yield big rewards. Entrepreneurs often face moments where they have to decide, do I play it safe or do I bet big on my dream? Ray's decision to mortgage his home and even reportedly borrow against his life insurance as depicted in stories and films about him. It shows the adage that big payoffs require big risks. Now, this doesn't mean be reckless for no reason. Ray's risk was calculated. He wasn't gambling on some idea. He had spent time validating the McDonald's concept, opening a successful first franchise in the Plains, Illinois. In 1955, he did his homework and knew the potential, which gave him the courage to bet on himself. If you've done your due diligence and truly believe in what you're building, sometimes you have to take that leap. It might be quitting your steady job. It might be investing your savings or signing a personal guarantee. Moves that feels scary but can unlock the next level of growth. Silence the naysayers. When Ray was pitching the idea of franchising McDonald's across the country, he heard a lot of no. No one believed him at first. But here's the entrepreneurial truth. If you believe in yourself enough, you don't need everyone else to believe right away. You just need to get started and show the results. Ray's confidence was contagious over time. As he opened more restaurants and proved the model, skeptics turned into supporters by betting on himself. Initially, he eventually won others' bets on him too. So the next time someone doubts your bold idea, remember that Ray Kroc faced doubters too. What matters is he didn't doubt himself. And by taking the risk they wouldn't, he achieved what they couldn't. Persevere through rejection and adversity. Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster of highs and lows. Rejection, setbacks, and adversity are all part of the game, and Ray Kroc had plenty of them. Early on, as he tried to grow McDonald's, he struggled financially and emotionally. The franchise model he set up gave a small royalty to the McDonald's brothers, which meant Ray was often cash poor and struggling to pay bills despite having a brisk business. He expanded rapidly, sometimes outpacing his capital. More than once, he was on the brink of failure. He even had a falling out with the McDonald's brothers, who were resistant to some of his expansion ideas and changes. Imagine pouring your heart into building a business only to have the original founders second-guess your move at every turn. It was frustrating enough that by 1961, Ray decided to buy them out. entirely to have a free hand for a hefty price of $2.7 million. That was another risky move loaded with challenges. He had to scrap together financing while essentially negotiating with his last bit of leverage. Through all these struggles, Ray's persistence never wavered. He had a mantra: keep going, keep pushing, find a way. When one door shut, he looked for a window. Learn from setbacks. Ray's difficulties taught him and his team to innovate around problems. For instance, when he was cash-strapped, his financial advisor, Harry Sunborn, devised a brilliant strategy. McDonald's wouldn't just be a burger business, it would be a real estate business. The company would own or control the land and leases under the new restaurants. This strategy, focusing on franchising through real estate leases, gave McDonald's a steady revenue stream and more control, digging a company out of a financial hole and setting it up for massive scalability. That innovation was born directly from hardship. The takeaway for you is that every challenge contains an opportunity if you look hard enough. So the next time you face a big setback, a deal falls through, your funding dries up, a partner backs out, ask yourself, what is this obstacle teaching me? How can I turn this problem into a new solution? Ray Kroc did this repeatedly. Stay persistent. There's a simple reason. McDonald's became a global empire. Just didn't quit. It sounds obvious, but think of how many times you've heard of entrepreneurs give up after a couple of failures or a few years of struggle. Ray spent decades hustling into his late 50s, 60s, and beyond. He faced rejection from investors, pushback from the McDonald's brothers, and even his own health issues. He had diabetes and arthritis while working crazy hours. Yet, he kept showing up day after day. That kind of grit is science-backed, too. Psychologists call it grit, a mix of passion and perseverance. And it's often a better predictor of success than talent or IQ. Ray's life embodied grit. So when you hit a rough patch, remember, the entrepreneurs who make it big aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who refuse to give up. Build a great team and culture. While we often celebrate Ray Kroc as a visionary, he didn't build McDonald's alone. One of his core beliefs was the power of a great team. Ray famously said, "None of us is as good as all of us." In other words, individual talent matters, but teamwork wins in the end. Ray understood that to scale McDonald's, he needed not just franchise owners with money, but partners who shared his obsession with quality and service. He handpicked franchises who were hungry to succeed and maintained high standards rather than just selling franchises to anybody with a checkbook. This was actually a revolutionary approach at the time. Instead of granting big multi-million franchise rights to investors, which could make super quick money, he insisted on one store at a time per franchisee. It allowed him to vet and control the quality of each new owner. It might have slowed the initial pace, but it paid off in consistency. Ray also knew he needed top-notch people in his company, so he brought on talented individuals like Fred Turner, who started as a grill cook and became McDonald's long-standing CEO, and Sanborn, the finance wizard. His philosophy: you're only as good as the people you hire. And he meant it. Empower and trust your team. Once he had the right people, re-empowered them. He created a culture of ownership and pride among franchises and employees. Each franchise owner wasn't just a manager. They were a business owner with skin in the game and motivation to uphold the brand's reputation. Ray organized franchise conferences. He shared best practices and built what he called a three-legged stool of McDonald's franchise system. So one leg is the company, one leg is the suppliers, and one leg is the franchises, all mutually supporting each other. So for you, the lesson is invest in your team and treat your partners and employees as critical pillars of your business. Give them reason to care as much as you do. When your team feels ownership, they'll go the extra mile to make sure the business succeeds even when you're not in the room. Cultivate a strong company culture. Ray Kroc was almost fanatic about the McDonald's culture. He fostered an environment of excellence, down to the smallest details. He wanted McDonald's to stand for quality, service, and cleanliness. Those are his 3 watchwords. He dropped in unannounced restaurants to inspect. Standards. He set up Hamburger University in 1961 to train franchises and managers on the McDonald's way. This culture of high standards and continuous training created a unified team spirit across thousands of locations. As an entrepreneur, your business's culture is your foundation. So ask yourself, what values do I want every team member to embody? How do we treat our customers and each other? Define it early and reinforce it often like Ray did. A strong culture not only improves in performance, it also attracts people who believe what you believe. And when everyone is rowing in the same direction, there's no limit to how far you can go. If you want to take real action after this video, I made a free worksheet just for you. It covers the top lessons from today, gives you space to write your biggest takeaways, and helps you build a simple action plan. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description to go grab it. Let's start building real momentum in your life and business. I'll see you there. Build systems and emphasize consistency. If there's one business lesson to learn from Ray Kroc, it's this. Scale comes from systems. Ray wasn't just selling burgers. He was building a system, a repeatable process that could deliver the same McDonald's experience in every city, every country, every time. This focus on systems is what allowed McDonald's to explode from a single stand to an international behemoth. Ray took the assembly line concept from manufacturing and applied it to fast food. The McDonald's brothers already had the speedy service system and doubled down on it, ensuring every step of burger making and service was standardized. He famously insisted that a McDonald's French fry must taste the same in New York as it does in Tokyo. That meant detailed operation manuals, strict training, and constant audits for consistency. It might sound rigid, but customers loved it. They knew exactly what they were getting, and that reliability built trust, and a powerful brand. Quality, service, cleanliness became Ray's holy trinity for McDonald's, and he measured everything against those metrics. For example, he set rules that fries had to be precisely 0.28 in thick to get the perfect crisp, and cooked for exactly X minutes at Y temperature. No improvising. Burgers had uniform weights and build. Even the amount of ketchup was proportioned by a dispenser to ensure consistency. Ray would nix any cost-cutting ideas that compromised quality. Like when someone suggested using cheaper soy filler in the meat, he refused because it wasn't the real beef taste that customers expected. This relentless consistency was the magic. It turned McDonald's into a well-oiled machine. So as an entrepreneur, ask yourself, what are the core activities of your business and how can you turn them into scalable systems? Whether that's a service process, a manufacturing method, a marketing funnel you're doing, document it, refine it, and replicate it. It's not as sexy as improvising on the fly, but consistency is key if you want to build big. Work on your business, not just in it. Ray Kroc epitomized the role of the entrepreneur, working on the business. He wasn't in the back flipping burgers after the very early days. He was designing better kitchen layouts. He was improving the training programs. He was finding smarter ways to do everything. He was the architect and the engineer of the McDonald's system. So take a page from Ray, step back from the day-to-day grunt. Work whenever you can and focus on creating systems that enable others to deliver great results. Now that might mean creating standard operating procedures. It might mean investing in a good CRM or software, or simply teaching your method to your team. The more your business can run like a system, the more it can grow beyond you. Ray's franchise model worked because any new location could plug into the proven McDonald's system and hit the ground running, maintaining the same standards that made the original store successful. Innovate your systems continuously. Note that Ray didn't set the system in stone and forget it. He was always looking for ways to make it better. For example, Ray tested new menu items and processes constantly, He encouraged innovation as long as it didn't break the consistency. The file fish sandwich, for example, that was introduced by a franchisee in Ray, approved it because it catered to Catholic customers who didn't eat meat. On Fridays, it became a hit. The lesson is to keep improving your systems even as you standardize. Stay agile and open to tweaks that can enhance quality or your efficiency. Ray sat in his jacuzzi, brainstorming how to make McDonald's more efficient. Even in his relaxation, he was thinking of improvements. That's the mindset of a systems-focused entrepreneur. Work hard and create your own luck. Ray Kroc often said, luck is a dividend of sweat. The more you sweat, the luckier you get. So let that sink in. Your luck in business is mostly the result of your hard work. From the outside, some might say Ray Kroc got lucky meeting the McDonald's brothers or being in the right place at the right time. But was it luck or was it decades of hustling that positioned him for that opportunity? Remember when Ray drove across the country selling milkshake mixers, enduring rejection after rejection, he was effectively outworking others and putting himself in the path of opportunities. If he hadn't been grinding it out on the road, he would never have found that little burger stand in San Bernardino. His intense work ethic continued throughout the McDonald's journey. In his 50s and 60s, Ray was known to work long hours, visit multiple cities in a week, and personally ensure that new franchises were up to snuff. While many people his age were winding down, Ray was accelerating. That sweat equity translated into lucky breaks like finding key franchises and investors at just the right time. Hustle smartly. Every day. As an entrepreneur, you have to put in the work. There's no way around it. But Ray Kroc's story adds a twist. It's not just about working hard, but also working smart and being persistent. He kept knocking on doors and pitching his vision. Even when a 100 people said no, eventually someone said yes. It's a numbers game sometimes. The more at-bats you have, the greater the chance you hit a home run. If you're sitting around waiting for success to fall into your lap, you could be waiting forever. Instead, maximize your chances for luck by staying active and engaged. Meet more people, make more calls, create more prototypes, whatever it takes in your field. Each effort is like buying another lottery ticket, except in business, you influence the odds by how hard and smart you work. Ray's sweat quote is a reminder that you make your own luck through relentless effort. Embrace the grind. There's a certain grind to building something big. Ray loved the process. He was known for his enthusiasm and his hands-on approach. A 1977 Success magazine profile described how even in his mid-70s, Ray would get excited talking about new menu items. Like a little kid, his boyish delight had the audience unconsciously smacking their lips. The writer said, that kind of passion for the grind is contagious. If you show up energized and ready to work every day, your team feeds off that energy. Hard work doesn't have to be miserable if you're fired up by your mission. Ray definitely had tiring days and stressful days. He once even had scolded his baseball team over the PA system, saying, "I've never seen such stupid ball playing in my life," when they were losing. Clearly a man who demands effort, but fundamentally he enjoyed the building, the solving of problems, the game of business. Try to find that joy in your hustle. It will keep you going when things are tough. And when others see you grinding happily, they'll believe in your vision even more. Love what you do and put customers first. Ray Kroc didn't start McDonald's just to make a quick buck. He genuinely loved the business of serving a great burger efficiently and was obsessed with customer satisfaction. One of Ray Kroc's most famous quotes is, "If you work just for money, you'll never make it. But if you love what you're doing and you always put the customer first, success will be yours." This is pure gold advice for any entrepreneur. Passion for your work fuels you through the hard times, and focusing on your customers' needs ensures that you're always delivering value, which is the only sustainable way to succeed in business. Ray demonstrated this philosophy throughout his life. He Wasn't from a food background initially, but he fell in love with the McDonald's concept and that joy of serving people. He famously would pick up trash from the parking lot when visiting franchises, even as chairman of the company, because he believed in a clean environment for customers. He was fanatical about things like friendly service, clean bathrooms, hot fast food. Not because some spreadsheet told him to be, but because he truly cared about the customer experience. Mission over money. Ray became very wealthy, hundreds of millions by the end of his life. But, interestingly, he didn't start off chasing money. In fact, in the early years of expansion, he drew a very modest salary and plowed everything back into the business. His first wife noted that Ray was more married to McDonald's than to her. That shows you the level of passion he had to the detriment of his personal life. Perhaps the lesson here isn't to sacrifice your relationships, your marriage, but to align your business with something that you truly care about. If you love the problem that you're solving, or you love the product that you're making, that genuine enthusiasm will show in how you treat your customers and how much effort you pour into the quality. Customers can tell when a business is just trying to squeeze dollars out of them versus when they sincerely want to serve. Ray wanted every McDonald's visit to be a delightful experience, and that intention translated into policies and actions that made McDonald's beloved by millions. Customer obsession as strategy. In the early days, Ray would personally field customer complaints and use them to improve his operations. He instituted this policy. If an order was wrong or took too long, the customer got their money back. This might have cost a little in the short run, but it paid back tenfold in loyalty and reputation. Under Ray's leadership, McDonald's focus was the customer is king. So for your business, listen to your customers closely. Treat their feedback as an ultimate guide. If you delight them, they will not only come back, they'll also bring their friends. Ray understood the lifetime value of a happy customer long before it was a buzzword in business, and by empowering every franchise owner and employee to put customer satisfaction above all, even profits in the moment, he built a brand that people trusted. So as you grow, never get lost in the spreadsheets or the tech or whatever that you forget the human being using your product or service. Put them first as Ray Kroc did, and success will follow. Think big and long term. Perhaps the most inspiring part of Ray's Kroc journey is how big his vision ultimately became. Remember, he started with one small restaurant in Illinois in 1955. By the time of his death in 1984, McDonald's had grown to 7,500 outlets in 32 countries. A mind-blowing expansion in under 30 years. And he wasn't even done. Today, McDonald's has over 40,000 locations worldwide and serves approximately 69 million customers every day. Ray didn't live to see the full extent of it, but he set the company on a trajectory for that massive scale by always thinking long-term. He was never just looking at next month or next year. He was envisioning decades ahead. McDonald's in every town, in every country. That long-term thinking influenced how he structured the business. Franchising for rapid expansion, owning the land for stability, and how he maintained standards to protect the brand for generations. For example, when Ray negotiated buying out the McDonald's brothers in 1961, $2.7 million was an enormous sum and a huge gamble for him. But Ray wasn't thinking about the cost. That year, he was thinking about owning the future of the company. He was investing in a vision of a worldwide McDonald's. As an entrepreneur, cultivating that big picture long-term mindset is crucial. If you aim to build something that lasts, resilience for the long haul. Thinking long-term also helps you endure these short-term setbacks. Ray had many opportunities to get discouraged even after the bio. Growth was not this straight line up. New competitors emerged. Think Burger King, Wendy's, etc. Economic recessions hit. Tastes continued to change. But Ray kept the faith that if McDonald's stuck to its principles and kept expanding carefully, the brand would outlast the challenges. And it did. This is a marathon, not a sprint. If you're only chasing quick wins, you might flame out fast. But if you're building with a vision of being around in 10, 20, 50 years, you'll make different and hopefully better decisions. You'll prioritize customer trust over quick profit. You'll invest in relationships and reputation, and you won't be thrown off course by every little minor hiccup. Ray Kroc didn't see immediate millionaire status. It took years before McDonald's really exploded. But when it did, it was unstoppable. So keep your eyes on the horizon and your feet moving forward. Legacy and impact. Finally, think about what impact you want to have. Ray wasn't just building a company. He was, in his eyes, changing how people eat and how businesses operate. He has been called the father of modern franchising. His impact is felt not only in those golden arches of McDonald's, ubiquitous across the globe, but in millions of jobs created. McDonald's is the second largest private employer in the world with 1.7 million employees, second only to Walmart. And even in culture, at one point it was estimated 1 in 8 Americans had worked at a McDonald's at some point in their life. That's an entry-level opportunity. Legacy. Ray also poured his success into philanthropy. He and his wife helped start the Ronald McDonald House Charities, and Joan Kroc donated billions to causes later. When you start something, you never know how big it might get or how many lives that you might touch. Ray Kroc likely didn't predict all of that when he first envisioned more McDonald's restaurants, but he dreamed big and aimed for maximum impact. So why not you? Why not think about your business in terms of serving the world, not just serving your neighborhood? Why not aim to leave a legacy that makes you proud? Dreaming big costs nothing. And even if you achieve a fraction of your audacious vision, it could be extraordinary. One video closer to your best self. By now, you can probably see the pieces of your own journey in Ray Kroc's story. Maybe you're at a point where you feel it's too late, or you're battling through the doubters and the difficulties. Maybe you're still fine-tuning your systems, or you're trying to find the right team. Wherever you are, keep going. Ray Kroc built a hamburger empire starting at 52 through vision, grit, and an unshakable belief in his dream. And you can build your dream too. Remember to believe in yourself when no one else does. To focus on serving your customers exceptionally well, and to never shy away from the hard work. You being here, learning, and investing time in yourself shows that you're serious about growth. It shows that you understand the power of surrounding yourself with positive inspiration and knowledge. Every day you feed your mind with success stories and strategies. You are crafting an environment of greatness for yourself. And congratulations, you're one video closer to who you're meant to be. To see the incredible story of Honda, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Soichiro Honda, the founder of Honda Motors, was rejected by Toyota, lost his factory in World War II, and had an earthquake destroy everything he built. He was broke, humiliated, and at rock bottom.